Hey, how's it going right now? This is Granville Station right now. This woman, she's being arrested for they're using way excessive force. They tasered this woman twice. She's been tasered twice. She's obviously got like mental health issues or something going on. Look at that, they're like on top of her. 3 people on top of her. Yo, how's it going?
Please don't.
She's obviously got mental health issues. She doesn't deserve this treatment. She doesn't have any weapons. She was just like screaming. She was talking. She was like pacing back and forth at the station, talking to herself. This is just. Look at how they're treating her. Amy, how's it going? I was actually recording this the normal way, but I switched over to live right now to get the rest of this. 4 cops for a single woman who obviously has mental health issues. She should be getting help. And they actually tasered her twice. I think it was twice. I heard the taser go off twice, but it might have been more than that. And look at all the people around here. This is just uncalled for. Look at that. That's a traumatizing experience. Look at this. Is that any way to treat somebody with a mental illness?
They'll kill me. They'll kill me. They'll kill me. Please don't. Please don't.
Dude, that cop right there, I'm gonna try and get all of their badge. I'm gonna try and get their badge numbers too. One of the guys, he was actually like kneeing her in the ribs. And again, she wasn't fighting back. She didn't want to be arrested, but she wasn't fighting back. She wasn't like throwing haymakers at the cops.
Clean. I don't bleed anywhere. I'm no bandage.
Look at this.
I had a shower yesterday. I do not have headlights. Look at her. I do not have
4 cops for a single woman.
Stop.
Don't copy me. How's it going?
Stop. Please stop. I'm not a psycho. You guys.
Who do you call when the police are the criminals?
Animal.
Look at this. There's more cops arriving on scene.
Please don't shoot a woman.
How many people is it going to take to arrest a single woman?
My name is Chelsea Riley Sutton. Chelsea Riley Sutton. Chelsea. Please.
And look at all the people here.
Please come to the street. Don't take me to the hospital. Don't take me to the
Again, they unnecessarily tased her twice. It was the female cop, I think, tased her twice. The guy kneed her in the ribs probably like 5-6 times. I mean, she might even have like internal injuries as a result of that. This is just crazy. And this is in front of, look how many cameras there are here. There's other people filming. There's all these witnesses, and the cops are still acting this way. Dude, I was just here. I saw the entire situation pretty much. She was like pacing around, talking to herself, but she doesn't seem like a dangerous person. It's obviously she has some kind of mental issues going on. She needs help. There's more cops coming. So far, how many cops is that now? 6 cops for a single woman. Hey, thank you for the likes. Appreciate it.
You need to stand with that.
Nah, I'm gonna stand right here.
Right now. We need to pay a police perimeter for her safety. So get out, please. In fact, yeah, out here.
Huh?
I'm directing you to go outside the Fairbaits zone. Why do you think you can break our containment area?
You don't want to be recorded. You're afraid of witnesses? You're afraid of people seeing this?
Do you see anyone else back there with us?
Why'd they taser her twice? Why'd they knee her in the ribs like multiple times? She's not a dangerous person. She doesn't have a weapon. And of course this cop's getting hostile. That's what you expect from these guys.
Was I hostile?
Of course they're getting hostile.
All right.
And again, they're afraid of witnesses. They're afraid of people getting a close-up of this. Hey, maybe you're the type of person that doesn't intervene when you see somebody getting beat up by the cops or by anyone, but those of us that have compassion, if we see something like this happening, we're going to intervene. We're going to be a witness to this. Alright, I'm going to try and get the badge number. Some of these cops that seem absolutely terrible, especially that woman, the female cop. She's the one that tasered the woman 2 or 3 times. And
everybody has to escort through those doors, please. Thank you. Hey guys, Rakesh, I meet you soon.
No, I'm gonna stay right here. You can't. It's a SkyTrain station. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Do not touch me. This guy's touching me. Do not get in my face. Don't touch me.
Oh, okay, thank you. How long do you think it'll take?
You can't kick people out. You can't kick people out. It's a public SkyTrain station.
I'm asking you to leave the
It's a public SkyTrain station. Also, do not put your hands on me. Do not put your hands on me. That's the second cop to put his hands on me for no reason. Okay, they don't want witnesses. They're getting rid of witnesses. What are they gonna do to her?
Keep moving.
What are they gonna do to her? Stop putting your hands on me. Do not touch me.
Keep going.
Do not touch me.
Yeah, no worries.
Don't get in my personal. What's with these cops? They think they can get into people's personal spaces. They can touch people. Oh, see, they're gonna shut this down now, so they can have their way with this woman, so they can just beat her up without any witnesses. But I got most of this on camera. I got the tasing on camera. That's gonna be up on TikTok later. Look at this. Of course, they want their privacy when they're assaulting someone. And this is Granville SkyTrain station.
You're welcome to record from there, okay? We don't care.
Look at this. They're trying to get rid of witnesses.
I want to explain this to you very clearly.
I don't want your cop-splaining. I don't care about your cop-splaining. Save it. Save it. Save your cop-splaining.
Mental health crisis, and we're asking you to give her a little bit of privacy.
You guys are assaulting her. I don't get. There's no privacy. Of course, you want privacy so you can beat her up. So you can beat her up. You can tase her. You can knee her.
Nobody's doing any of that.
Why isn't there a mental health professional here? You guys aren't equipped to deal with mental health illness.
Well, I'm not here to debate this with you.
I don't care. I don't want to hear what you have to say, anyways.
Well,
Go cop-splain somewhere else. He's trying to cop-splain about privacy in a public place. Because again, they don't want this being caught on camera.
Go be a woke SJW somewhere else.
We got a male Karen, of course. There's at least one of those in every crowd.
Someone, sir.
Oh yeah, by tasing her, right?
Right now, you're an obstacle to that.
Yeah, this is all gonna be on social media later.
I actually hope that it is.
I got you guys tasing her. I got you guys kneeing her for no reason. She wasn't fighting back. She doesn't have a weapon.
Thanks for your assistance. And ladies,
Hey, what's your badge number? Why are you covering your badge number?
apologize for the delay.
Yo, can I get your badge number? Why are you covering it up? It's partially covered up. Can I see?
Nothing, sir.
Dude, then what's your badge number?
Corporal Butternup, badge 111, transit.
What's your badge number?
342.
Anybody who wants to use the SkyTrain can go through the other entrance. Thank you. Yeah, around.
Being redirected to the other Seymour entrance, folks.
Alright, and again, this is another ignorant tactic that some cops try to use because they don't want witnesses, they don't want this stuff being broadcast, they don't want their misconduct being broadcast. So they try to bring up privacy in a public setting. There is no expectation of privacy in public. Like, how is it possible that somebody don't even know that? That's like one of the basic. If they don't know that, what else do they not know? And again, she's still on the ground, I think. You can't even really see from here, and of course that's the whole purpose of telling people to leave, of shutting that part down. They don't want this to be seen. She's still on the ground. There's like 7 cops. There's like 2 or 3 cops still on top of her, I think. And again, she's screaming for help. She got tased twice. She doesn't have any weapons. She got kneed multiple times in the ribs by one of the cops. I mean, she could have broken ribs. And of course, when they put out the official statement for this incident, they're not going to mention the tasing probably. They're not going to mention the police brutality. They're probably just going to portray her as the aggressor.
So, another way. You just gotta go around and enter. This side blocked off. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh.
If you need a train, you need to go through the hallway right there, and that'll take you down to the platform. Okay.
Exactly.
If you need a train, you can go down through the hallway there to the platform. They're all working. It's just here is.
I mean, this is what. I mean, they're gonna try and barricade this even more. It seems like, because again, they don't want witnesses. They don't want this to be seen.
Yeah, perfect. If you need a train, just go down the other entrance. The trains are all.
And again, the police budget, the VPD budget is like $350 million or something. And that new mayor guy, he's actually talking about hiring more cops, even though that's not the solution. That's like the last thing the city needs. That's the last thing any place needs.
Police incident right now. You gotta walk back, all right?
Thank
you. Appreciate it. You gotta walk
see,
back.
look at that. They're trying to get rid of us even more.
You're tying up resources.
Yeah, tying up. How many cops are there for a single woman? How many cops are there for a single woman? Again, this guy's trying to get into my personal space for no reason. I'm gonna stay right here.
Turn around and keep going, man.
Nope, I'm gonna stay right here. You can't make us leave. This is a public SkyTrain. You have no authority to make anybody leave. I haven't committed a crime. None of these people have committed a crime. You have zero authority to tell anyone where to go in a public setting. So mind you, go over there.
You're gonna have to go around the long way to enter. The police are stay on the side. Somebody's in medical distress. So you can't enter. Thank you.
They're saying it's medical. Of course, that's the code cops use when they use police brutality on someone. They're in medical distress.
You have to enter to that.
People that have been killed by the cops, people that have been injured by the cops, the official statement usually said they were in medical distress. That's like code for we use police brutality on this person. And now this guy's gonna stand here for like the entirety of this thing, wasting time. This guy's probably getting paid like 6 figures. What exactly is he doing?
I'll keep them back.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
If you need a train, you need to go back up and through the hallway.
Dude, I've been here like the entire, I saw this incident from the beginning. They tased that woman was like pacing around, talking to herself. It's obvious like she must have some kind of mental, probably possible mental health issues. Cops arrived, they immediately just take her down. The female cop tases her like 2 or 3 times, even though she doesn't have a weapon. She wasn't like trying to throw haymakers, trying to punch them, kick them, do all that. She didn't want to get arrested, obviously, because she shouldn't. She didn't commit a crime. She was pacing. So they're trying to criminalize mental, along with trying to criminalize homelessness, they're trying to criminalize mental health as well. Like if somebody's got mental health issues, oh, that must be a crime. They must be a criminal, right? Then she gets tased twice. One of the cops actually starts kneeing her, screaming at her, and knees her like 3 times in the ribs, 4 times. Oh. Chrissy, thank you for following. How's it going? No, she's not dangerous. She was here for like 20 minutes. I think I saw her like pacing around and stuff. I actually thought she was trying to get through. So I actually like used my card to let her through, but she didn't come through. But yeah, she was like pacing around there for like 20 minutes. She didn't harm anyone. She was just like talking to herself. And look at this guy, glorified security guard. He's just gonna stand there now for like how long? Trying to cover up what they're doing. I think she's still on the ground. Hey, if I go over here, are you gonna falsely arrest me? If I go over there, are you gonna falsely arrest me? And again, this guy's like he's gonna try and follow me wherever I go because he probably wants to obstruct the view. Doesn't want it to be broadcast. She's still on the ground, I think. You can't even really see her, and of course that's their objective. That's why they cleared out the witnesses. That's why they cleared out the station pretty much. They don't want this being broadcast. Yeah, Jessica, appreciate it. Yeah, of course. And this is going to be on my TikTok later. I've got the video of the incident from the beginning when they tased her, when they were kneeing her in the ribs. So I've got all of that from pretty much close up. So that's going to be on my TikTok and YouTube later on. And of course, nothing's going to happen to these cops, right? They're not going to be held accountable, likely. Even if that woman has injuries, if she got broken ribs or something, she's probably going to be traumatized from this experience. Like, it's not enough that she's got mental health issues, right? Then add this on top of it, getting brutalized by cops. I mean, it almost looked like a sexual assault. Like, the beginning of it, when they were lying on, like, when they were on top of her, one guy even had his leg on her head. It almost looked like a sexual assault in the beginning. Like, these are cops. They're supposed to serve and protect people, and this is how they behave. This is how they treat people with mental illnesses. This is how they treat vulnerable people. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Get their badge number. Yeah, I got this guy's badge number. 342. Another guy, he was trying to like obstruct the view of his badge number with a pen or something. Some cops will do that. If you watch some of my videos on YouTube, there's cops that will try to intentionally block the view of their badge number. Hey, thank you for following. Appreciate it. I'll follow you back. A cab, yes. It's not true of all cops, but it's true for a lot of them. And again, I think she's still, you can't really see from here. I'm gonna try.
If you want to use this back here, you gotta go around the wall.
They might have tased her again. They tased her twice in the beginning. Again, like, she didn't even have a weapon. She just didn't want to be arrested, right? She wants help. She doesn't deserve to be arrested. She doesn't deserve to be jailed because, again, she didn't commit a crime. Having a mental illness is not a crime. She was just like pacing around, talking to herself. She might have been having some kind of crisis or something, but she wasn't hurting anyone. She wasn't like yelling expletives and all that. So there was no reason there's no reason for her to be arrested in the first place. There was no reason for the force. I mean, she should go to checked out by this. She needs the help of a doctor, right? She needs medications, probably, possibly therapy, but this is not what she needs. Exactly, tasing an innocent person, but that's routine for these guys. I mean, there's so many cases. just like look up Vancouver police murders if you're interested in this kind of thing. There's so many stories of them killing or injuring innocent people, and it's not just in Vancouver, right? This happens across the world. And they're shutting the Starbucks down. I'm not sure if it's closing time or if it's because of the incident. Oh, it's closing time? Okay. There's some people still standing here. Most people have cleared out, but I'm going to stay on this. I want to see what they do. What else can they do, this woman? They probably tased her again. Like, why is she still on the ground? Like, is this guy going to falsely arrest me if I move a couple inches? It's possible. Yo, if this guy does falsely arrest me, somebody call my lawyer, David Ferguson.
Everything will be on video, buddy.
Call my lawyer, David Ferguson.
I think there's something going on Granville Street. I think maybe that has something to do with it.
I don't care about that. I don't know. I'm going to stay on this. I think this guy's actually lost prevention. These two are actually... I've got this guy on film. He actually... there was an alleged theft going on, and he was like there. He was liaising with the cops and stuff, so I think they're like lost prevention for Hudson's Bay. No, she doesn't have a weapon. Like I said, there was actually a SkyTrain. This is a separate incident, but there was a prior incident to this, right? And most of the SkyTrain stations were shut down for like an hour because apparently something happened at Waterfront Station. There was an intrusion on the tracks. You can probably get more info on that later on. I don't have exact specifics for what happened there. But this is like a separate incident, so I was already here, right? I saw this from the beginning.
Take a couple steps back, man, you know.
I'm going to stay right here.
Take a couple steps back like we told you, alright?
You have no authority. You have zero authority. I dare you to touch me again. I dare you to falsely arrest me for filming in public. Like, nobody's intimidated by you, man. Don't even try to intimidate me. And again, this dude's probably getting paid like 6 figures, and what exactly is he doing? He's just trying to obstruct the view of the public. Standing there like a glorified security guard.
Come on, keep stepping back, dude.
And so I think you can't really see from here, but it appears she's still on the ground. Like, why would she still? It's been like 20 minutes now. I mean, something could happen to her. She was already having like an episode or something, like a non-dangerous episode. She was just talking to herself, but she could be in medical distress or something. And instead of paramedics, there's still cops on top of her. They could have tased her again. There's no help arriving. They tased her twice, right? They need her multiple times. She could have injuries. She could have internal injuries, and no paramedics in sight. Still like 6 cops. Like, why aren't they calling for paramedics? Are there paramedics here?
Do you know why they're not going to enter to this side? Do you understand why?
I don't see any paramedics there.
Huh? There's another entrance. You know that,
Do you
right?
see any paramedics? Are there paramedics there? I don't see any paramedics
My
there.
attention is on you because you keep standing here. Right? So I'm not gonna
Look at that. This guy's face is like twitching. He's so hostile. His face is pretty much like twitching. Oh, so this guy's gonna stand here too now.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm not here for you. I'm here to make sure no one else comes in.
Awesome.
You can stand there, I don't really care.
Awesome use of resources. Look at this. Of course, VPD deserves more funding, right? So they can stand around like security guards.
So we can protect and save a life potentially. What were you doing to help?
This whole video I'm gonna be. Don't try to cop-splain. Don't try to deter. Don't try to portray this as you guys are the heroes, right? You guys try and do this, right? I filmed this from the beginning. She was pacing around. She was talking to herself, apparently having some kind of mental episode, but she didn't have any weapons. She wasn't like fuck you. She wasn't yelling expletives like that. Cops came.
Hang on one second.
Cops
Do you
came.
mind giving me your information? You're a witness to this, so I'd like to interview.
Nope, I'm not gonna give my.
Can I interview you?
Nope.
You have some pretty
You can watch the video. The video is gonna be up. You can get survey. Look at this. This guy's trying to intimidate. He wants my ID now because, of course, this is another tactic.
I'm asking you to.
I'm not gonna give you any ID.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, now the paramedics arrive. Like a half an hour into this. How's it going?
1 Charlie 1 Firehouse.
a half an hour into this, and now the paramedics arrive. Actually, it's probably been more than a half an hour.
Yeah, we don't control how busy they are, unfortunately. Sometimes they get very busy. Have you watched the news lately? There's a shortage of paramedics.
No offense, but I'm actually just recording. I don't really want to have a conversation with you right now.
You're pretty talkative for someone who doesn't have a conversation.
I'm doing a live right now.
I know you are.
I'm doing commentary on the
And then you
live.
came out and immediately started verbally engaging with me, which led me to...
Yeah, dude, you're the one that approached me.
I said hi.
Dude, it's pretty much always the same with cops. If you like, if you record an incident or something, if you spend some time recording an incident, they come up to you and they try to engage with you, even though you don't want anything to do with them, pretty much.
You seem to know a lot about the law, Rakesh. Is it illegal for me to say hi to you? Am I blocking you?
Once I've told you that I don't want to have a conversation with you right now, then just do whatever you're doing, stand around.
In fact, Rakesh, I really think you don't want to like police even when they're nice to you, because I'm trying to be nice to you.
Oh, so now you're gonna try and portray me as anti-police, right? Okay, that's what you guys do, right? Anybody that criticizes the police, they must be anti-police.
No.
I've said multiple times there are good cops. It's not all bad cops, but then you see situations like this, and you see like how big of a problem bad policing is. Pretty much all of the police on scene at this incident, they can be categorized as bad cops. Like, what a terrible way to handle this. That's like the worst way you can handle this. This is why so many... Don't mistake this for me talking to you. I'm doing a live, so I'm talking to like the audience in the live. More cops arriving. And isn't it weird how so many cops, like 6 cops arrived, right? But it took 6 cops arrived within like 5 minutes, but it took paramedics. Like, I don't think they even called the paramedics until recent. Like, tasing a woman twice, then kneeing her multiple times. Like, viciously kneeing her multiple times. She probably has internal injuries, right? You think it would be a priority to call the medics sooner, right? But I guess that's not their priority. Their priority is protecting themselves, right? Trying to make it seem as if they're the heroes and she's the aggressor. She's the bad person in this whole situation, and she's deserving of the treatment she got from police, right? She's deserving of the police brutality. That's just watch when they put out the official statement on the Vancouver Police Twitter or the Transit Police Twitter. They're not going to mention any of the police brutality. They're not probably even going to mention the tasing. They're just going to say, oh, a woman was being aggressive and police heroically saved her or whatever. They did it for her own good.
We don't go to the media with mental health apprehensions. When we have to take someone for medical evaluations, a medical issue, we don't share that information with the news media. But you know that, right? Because you've been doing this a lot.
Okay, you are being pretty professional right now, but so I'm gonna have a kind of a dialogue with you. So thank you for saying that. Thank you for sharing that information. But why is it that in so many, like, I don't know if you're gonna answer this or not, but a lot of these incidents that take place where there's police brutality, a lot of times the police in their official statement, they won't even mention any of the police brutality, right? They'll just say it was like a medical incident and they'll try to be as vague as possible. Then a video comes out later on of the situation and it shows police using brutality and stuff. Then they might add a comment onto that, or they'll try to save face or try to make a statement like, oh, she was being aggressive, she had weapons, even if they don't have weapons or anything. So what's the deal with that?
Most Sky train stations, so when we always request it for incidents like this, so we have nothing to hide.
I'm talking to the live now. So apparently, okay, so this guy is being pretty professional right now. But like you said, they have their surveillance cameras all over the place. But again, they're not going to release this to the public. Right? I'm going to release my footage later on social media of them tasing her and kneeing her and all that. But all this camera footage, they're just going to pretty much suppress it, right? It's just going to become... They're not going to release this to the public, right? So they're saying they don't have anything to hide. They're not going to hide anything. But that footage isn't going to be released to the public. It's just they're going to see it. And yeah, exactly. So that's not even... How can you say you're not hiding it? Like, if you guys truly have nothing to hide, you would release that footage to the public. And any incident that involves police brutality, police shooting, or anything like that, you would release it to the public. But you guys normally don't release that stuff to the public. And again, no transparency. That's like one of the huge... That's pretty much like the primary problem with bad policing, right? There's very little transparency. There's very little accountability. Oh, so she's still on the ground. I think it's been like 35 minutes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. You guys are awesome, except for any trolls. Like, are these people sociopaths? Like, some of the people actually defending the police brutality and all that? What? Like, are you people sociopaths? Like, how can you condone that kind of behavior? How can anyone condone that kind of behavior? And again, she's a vulnerable woman, right? And this is part of the VPD, they get $350 million plus in funding, but there's not enough funding for mental health. And that could actually benefit society if they divert some of that $350 million or whatever into mental health. Like, this whole situation could have been prevented. It's possible that woman, like, there's such a backlog. If somebody wants, especially if someone's vulnerable and they might have low income or they're homeless or something, if they want mental health, if they want to see a psychologist, a psychiatrist or something, it could take anywhere from like 6 months to a year because there aren't enough mental health professionals in Vancouver. Like, there's such a backlog of cases, there's so much untreated mental health, and there's so many of these incidents could be prevented. So many of these incidents that involve mental health, they could be prevented, like, if there were more funding, if there was proper funding for mental health, for community resources. Like, the cops are over there hiding. And they, Okay, and again, check out my TikTok later on. As soon as I get home, I'm gonna go shopping after this real quick. But actually, on the way, I might actually upload that video. That's just disgusting, man. When you see that, you guys are gonna be appalled when you see that. No weapons, and they knee her multiple times. That cop, oh, he was just like teeing off on that woman. She's helpless, right? They've already got her on the ground. And of course, she doesn't want to be arrested because she hasn't committed a crime. But she wasn't like punching the cops. She wasn't she wasn't being violent with the cops, right? And yeah, that guy knees her multiple times. The woman tasers her multiple times. And she's already on the ground. No weapon. Like, what justifies that? How do you justify tasing an unarmed, vulnerable woman going through a possible mental health episode? Like, just disgusting behavior. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Okay, so the woman, you can't really see from here, and this was their objective. They closed this. I was recording from like up close over there earlier, like 20 minutes ago when the whole scene was unfolding. And there was a whole mob of people. There was a whole crowd of people over there. Lots of people recording. Somebody's already probably put this online. There are other people filming this as well. The whole tasing and everything. So it's probably already on TikTok and Twitter, social media, whatever. But yeah, so they don't want witnesses, right? They don't want people seeing what's going on. So they cleared everybody out of the SkyTrain station. They shut these doors, and now I think she's still on the ground over there. Paramedics just arrived like 10 minutes ago. This whole thing took place probably a half an hour ago. The woman's probably injured because of the police brutality. Yet apparently they didn't call for paramedics until I don't know how long ago. They just arrived here 10 minutes ago or something. The woman's probably in pain. And again, she's just getting looked at by paramedics. They're probably, I don't know if she's going to be taken to the hospital or taken to jail. And again, criminalizing mental illness, right? She didn't commit any crime. She was pacing around. She could have been having an episode or something, but she wasn't being violent. She was just like talking to herself. But she committed no crime. She didn't harm anyone. She wasn't like yelling expletives at people. She wasn't threatening anybody. There was no reason for the arrest. She should be taken to the hospital. Anything they try to charge her, they're probably going to try and charge her with resisting arrest or something like that. Possibly like disorderly conduct. All those charges should be dropped. But of course, they're probably going to try and charge her for those. You can't, I don't think you can zoom on live. But there you can see it. There's a paramedic there. There's multiple cops there. There's actually multiple paramedics. I think she's still lying on the ground. So I think they're going to take her out this way. So I'm sticking around. I'm going to get this on video. See if she has any like visible injuries or anything like that. Oh, that's propaganda. The Vancouver is dying video. That's total propaganda. Like, look that up. Look up who funded that Chip Wilson guy. He actually funded that video from the former owner of Lululemon or whatever. And I think the police union, the guy that heads the police union, he had something to do with that video, and they released that just before the election. That's total like cop propaganda. Yeah, I'm surprised they actually haven't tried to falsely arrest me. They actually did put their, like, multiple cops actually put their hands on me. For nobody else, I think they got their hand, was accosted by the cops. Like, of course, if you've got a camera, then they're afraid of the camera, right? They're afraid of accountability. So they're extra aggressive towards you if you have a camera. But yeah, multiple cops put their hands on me for absolutely no reason. Yeah, if I wasn't doing a live right now, if I didn't have a good lawyer, I've been through this already. They know this, right? They've already tried falsely arresting me for filming in public, and it didn't go their way. Our lawyer got all the BS charges dropped, so they know not to do that again, or they probably would have tried falsely arresting me. And again, they're having a huddle over there. The cops and the paramedics, they're having a huddle. I don't know, this guy, like as a glorified security. Look at that, he's just standing here doing absolutely. He could take another call. He could, and the police actually have the audacity to want more funding. They actually claim that there aren't enough police. They claim that the cities, and it's all false, right? You can look up Vancouver crime statistics if you're actually interested in this. Like, the cops try to fearmonger and say that crime is rising and all that, but in pretty much every category, crime is either stagnant or it's decreased. They're just trying to make it they're trying to make it appear as if, like, the city's overrun with crime and it's like a GTA. Yeah, but they just want more funding, right? That's their whole objective. Fearmonger to get more funding. No, look it up. That's what I'm telling you. They actually got called out by a professor. I'm not sure. I read this. It was a while ago that I read the story, but I think it's an SFU or UBC criminologist professor that actually called him out. There's a story on like CTV News, the website, about this. He actually called them out that they're fear-mongering and they're trying to emphasize stranger crimes and violent crimes in an effort to just try to get support for more funding, right? Because a lot of people, because of incidents like this, a lot of people support the idea of diverting funding from the police and putting that into mental health, community resources, things that actually benefit society, right? And they don't want that. They want more funding for themselves, so they're trying to make it appear that crime is on the rise. It's not. We reside in East Hastings Street, right? Like near East Hastings and Main Street. And we walk through there every day pretty much. It's nothing at all like the cops try to claim. Most of the crime is petty crime. And again, most of these crimes, there's an underlying issue. Don't just take it at like face value. There's a lot of these crimes could easily be prevented if there was more intervention available, like such as mental health and all this. Like this incident could have been, had this woman gotten help sooner, like this whole thing could have been prevented. Like, it's possible she needs medications, it's possible she needs therapy, it's possible she's tried getting help, but again, there's so few mental health resources. It can take a year, unless somebody's suicidal or they're like an immediate danger to someone, it can take a year to see a psychiatrist or like a psychologist. Hey Suma, how's it going? Okay, so the woman, apparently she's still, I don't know if she's unconscious. Did they kill her? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, they tased her twice. Actually, it might have been two. I heard it go off twice, and it's on the video. Like I said, I'll put that up later. They need her multiple times. They're pretty much like there are 3 cops on top of her, and she was screaming for help and all this. So I'm not sure what her condition is, what her injuries are, but she's been down there for... There's still cops on top of her, I think. Yeah, you can kind of see it. You can't really see it that much from here, but there's still cops restraining her on the ground. Still cops on top of her, so I'm not sure what her condition is. Paramedics arrived probably like 10 minutes ago. They still haven't like stretchered her out or anything. Hey Keisha, get rid of the trolls. Keisha, I didn't even see you come in here. How's it going? How you doing? Yeah, get rid of the trolls if you can. Hey, if a cop came up to you and started falsely arresting you, like you done nothing wrong, like you could just gonna, and again, she she didn't want to be arrested, but there was no reason for the excessive force she used, for the excessive force used against her. And they call anything. I've been falsely arrested twice, right? And the first time I was just asking questions. Again, like I committed no crime, right? And this cop comes up, I'm trying to explain my side of the situation to him. And that dirty cop, he didn't even listen to me, right? He already, like the person that falsely called the cops on me, he already had it in his head that, like he totally believed her and he didn't care about my story. And that happens a lot in these types of situations, right? Somebody gets the cops falsely called on them or something, and they don't even bother to get the other side of the story, right? They come in, they escalate immediately, they don't bother actually doing an investigation, actually asking questions. It's just like, shoot first, ask questions later, use force, ask questions later. That seems to be their whole MO. I've been here from the beginning. Like I said, there was a prior SkyTrain incident to this, and I was doing a live on that. Then I came here to see if the SkyTrains were running again. For like 45 minutes or something, the SkyTrains weren't running due to the prior incident of someone jumping on the tracks or something. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not totally sure what the specifics are in that situation, but that's probably going to be on like social media, on the news, if you want to check that out. But yeah, then I came here to see if the SkyTrains were running, and I saw that whole incident play out from the very beginning. Oh, so here they come with a stretcher. Oh, so it's 1 hour later or something, and now they're going to stretcher her out. So we're going to see what her condition is, see if she has any visible injuries. I mean, her ribs might be cracked or something from the kneeing. Like, how could you, a vulnerable woman, and this cop, it was a male cop that did that to her. It was a female cop that tased her twice, and it was the male cop that kneed her multiple times. And you think that guy was like trying to punt a football or something? Like he was using like all of his strength to knee her in the ribs. And again, she's on the ground, she's screaming for help. She's probably having a mental health episode or something, no weapons, and they do that to her. And not a mental health professional inside. There's no nurse here. There's no mental health professional. Yo, this is in America. This is Canada. This is actually Vancouver, Canada. And some people actually believe that that stuff is isolated, like police brutality, police killings, all that stuff. It's isolated to America mostly. But it happens here too. Like a lot of it's starting to spread here too. There's a whole, check out my YouTube. Like some of the cops here are absolutely terrible. It's a pretty it's a worldwide issue, right? Bad policing is a worldwide issue. It's not limited to any one location. There's probably like 6 cops. There's like 3 paramedics and like 6 cops here. I see it might be more than that. There's probably more outside. I apologize for the burp. I just ate like not too long ago. I'm not sure if that was, if you guys overheard that. I just like let out a huge burp. Keisha, so how's your day been? How's it going? Yes, they are. Not again, like some people, some of these cops, they try to, anyone that criticizes the police, they try to label them as anti-police, right? But I've said it before, and I'll say it right now. There are good cops. I've met good cops, like we've met good cops, but it's mostly, that's the problem. The good cops are vastly outnumbered by the bad cops because there's so little accountability, there's so little transparency, and it just, like the whole system is in need of reform. We got more paramedics coming. I think she's in bad condition. Look at this. Look at how many paramedics are arriving now. And again, if something happens to her, if she was seriously injured because of the police brutality, if she dies, they're going to paint her as the aggressor, right? They're going to try and absolve themselves of any blame. In the official statement, it's going to say something like, dangerous woman gets aggressive with police. That's probably going to be like their headline on Twitter or whatever. They're not going to mention anyone seeing this live. Anyone that sees my video that I put up later of the police brutality, like, keep this in mind. When you see their official statement, it's not going to mention any of the police brutality, probably. It's not going to mention the tasing. It's not going to mention the knees. They're going to try and put the entire blame on her. and she didn't have a weapon, but they might even try to portray her as having a weapon. They might even say that like dangerous woman had a weapon or something, but she did not have a weapon. I thought she was trying to get through. She was standing by the turnstiles over there, right, and talking to herself, and I actually thought she was trying to get through, so I used my card. Like, she looked like a vulnerable homeless person, right? So I thought maybe she didn't have bus fare, she didn't have a ticket, and she was trying to get through. So I actually opened the fare gates for her, and I was trying to let her through, but she didn't come through. So she did not have any weapon. She didn't even have her shirt on. She was just wearing like jogging pants and a bra. And while the whole police brutality thing was going on, she was actually asking them, please let me put on my shirt. But I mean, she could have had a wardrobe malfunction, right? Like, she was just wearing a bra when they took her down and everything. She was just wearing a bra. And she was asking the police, can I please put my shirt back on? Can I please put my shirt back on? But again, they don't care. They weren't even listening to her. They just go on with the police brutality. Just trying to make a criminal out of someone who isn't a criminal. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. Yeah, it could be schizophrenia. It's possible. The psychosis, yeah, she could have been going through like psychosis. But again, like, I want to emphasize this because I know I've seen this happen in other police incidents where, like, when they killed the guy with beanbags, like about a month or two ago, the indigenous guy that got bear spread and he was in medical distress, right? The police arrived, they killed the guy with 6 beanbag shots, and they didn't mention any of that in the official statement, right? They tried to play it off as they tried to play it off as like something, he just happened to have some kind of medical breakdown, like some kind of, yeah, they were trying to absolve themselves. This guy's shutting the door. And this guy seems like a total dirty cop. He put his hands on me multiple times for no reason. He started ushering out they were pretty quick in trying to usher out the crowd because again, they don't want witnesses to this. Pretty much everyone, I think I'm pretty much the only person that's still like filming this, that's still sticking around. I want to see the conclusion of this because, like, I don't trust these cops. That was disgusting what they did. Like, that was disgusting what they did. And I want to see her being taken out, stretchered out. I want to see if she has any visible injuries. I want to see what they're doing to her. Exactly. The East Side is the perfect example of just how corrupt a lot of cops are. And again, I think they got her on the stretcher now. Again, the turnstiles are in the way and there's cops standing in the way, so you can't really see what's happening. But I don't know, she's been on the ground for like an hour or something. It seems like she might have serious injuries. And again, this whole thing, this wasn't even necessary. Had they arrived, like the cops, when they, again, I'll put that video up. I got this from the beginning, right? I started recording this from the beginning, and that's going to be on my TikTok and YouTube later. But the cops arrived, they don't even try talking to the woman, right? Again, she didn't have a weapon. She wasn't like running at the cops and trying to stab them or something. They could have actually like talked to her. They could have actually said, hi, miss. Like, what's going on? Can we talk? What's going on? Do you need some help? Do you want medical attention? Can we help you with something? Like, she didn't even have her shoes on. Her shoes are like over there somewhere. It was obvious that she was having some kind of mental health episode, but the cops immediately escalate to physicality, right? They didn't even try talking to her. They immediately take her down and just start tasering her and kneeing her. And it's so unnecessary. Like, whatever injury she has, she's probably traumatized from this experience. Like, it's bad enough that she might have mental health, some kind of mental health illness. Now you add this on top of it, she's probably going to be afraid of cops now. Like, and that's just, some people, like vulnerable people being afraid of cops, that's totally justified because of incidents like this, because of how they're treated by a lot of cops, how they're criminalized by a lot of cops. But again, this whole thing, just a huge, probably traumatizing experience for her. Hey, John, appreciate it. Hey, Canadian Gypsy, I didn't even see you come in here. Appreciate it. How you doing? Yo, I've been looking at your channel, and that's awesome what you're doing, like the pipelines, protesting the pipelines. That's awesome that you're like, you don't just talk the talk, right? You're walking the walk. That's pretty awesome what you're doing. You're raising awareness about the whole thing. I totally love your channel. I check out your channel pretty much like every day. You've got some awesome videos on there. Yeah, it's amazing what you guys do. Yeah, thank you for all that you do. Like, you got the support of a lot of people. Yes, Canadian Gypsy. If you haven't checked out her channel, check out her channel. She's got some amazing content. She's doing a lot to raise awareness about pipelines, about environmental issues and other issues affecting like the vulnerable. She raises a lot of good points. She does a lot of good for the community and stuff. So check her channel now. Keisha as well. If you haven't checked out her channel, she's got some awesome content as well. She's got an inspiring story. Thank you to anyone that's following. I'll follow you back. And again, check out my channel later on. I'm definitely going to have this up. I'm going to have the full video up later on, the tasing, the kneeing. There are other people filming. There was this whole thing was crowded, right? There was a whole mob of people here. There were like a bunch of people recording. So it's probably already on social media. I actually got like a super close-up view because most people were just filming from out here. But I went past the turnstiles and I like filmed from pretty close up. So I got pretty much like, yeah, a whole close-up of the incident. So yeah, that's going to be up later. File complaints if you can. Like, nothing's going to, like, it's enough. Enough is enough with this stuff, right? How many vulnerable people and just people in general have been killed and injured by the police? They deserve better than this. Like, file a complaint. Like, do something, right? Don't just talk about it. Don't just like tweet about it and all this. Like, try and actually take some kind of action against this. Try and advocate for vulnerable people. Try and advocate for more mental health funding. Mental health, having a mental illness is not a crime. It shouldn't be criminalized. Cops shouldn't be involved in any of this because of situations like this, because they immediately escalate. It was totally unnecessary what they did to her. They could have just talked to her. She seemed like she would have been willing to talk to them. I think she was having some kind of episode and she just wanted help, right? It was like a cry for attention. Like, she was pacing around here for like 20 minutes just talking to herself. But this shows you like how little compassion some people have. Like, I actually tried to let her in because I thought she wanted to come in, but pretty much all the people standing here, like, some guy actually started cussing at her, like, fuck you and all this. Like, pretty much zero compassion by some people. Nobody asked her, like, are you okay? Do you want some medical attention? Do you want some help? Do you want somebody to talk to? Like, if you see somebody, like, I know some people, there's a stereotype that people, like, if somebody's talking to themselves or something, oh, they must be dangerous, they might start attacking you. But for the majority of people that have a mental illness or something like that, they are not dangerous people. Like, if you see someone like that, someone talking to themselves, pacing around, like, try to, even if you do it from a distance, right, just show them some compassion. Ask them if something's wrong, like, can you help? Do they want to talk? Can you help them with something? Like, do they want medical attention? Like, just try to intervene. Okay, they've got her up. I think she's unconscious. Holy shit, look at that. She's pretty much unconscious. She looks drugged out. I don't know if they like, gave her sedatives or something, but holy freaking shit. She's got her face, she's got her hair in her face, and she looks totally out of it. She's like conked out. Okay, they're probably gonna come this way. I don't think there's another entrance. If they use the other entrance, like, some of these people are so afraid of accountability and being recorded that they might actually try to use a different exit because they don't want me filming like any visible injuries or whatever she might have. But I think they're gonna come this way and I'm gonna record that. Like, yeah, exactly. They can't go down the escalator, but there is actually the Dunsmuir Street entrance exit. There are a few stairs, so I don't think they're gonna go that way. But there's actually stairs on this side too. There's an escalator and there's stairs. But I think they're gonna go that way because they don't want this caught on camera. I'm passionate about this, right? I'm passionate about a lot of things, but this is like, I've seen this a bunch of times, right? And this stuff keeps happening. Vulnerable people keep getting injured and killed by the police, and it seems like it just continues to happen, and there's not enough being done. There's not enough awareness being raised. So this is one of the things I'm very passionate about, right? Like, I feel so bad for that woman, right? And again, she did nothing wrong. She did not commit a crime. They should have just tried talking to her, right? She would have cooperated. I'm like 99% sure that she would not, like, she wasn't trying to, when the cops came, like, she didn't start running at them. She didn't try running away. Like, I'm pretty sure she wanted help. They shouldn't have attacked her. They shouldn't have, and again, anyone that advocates for this kind of stuff, sometimes anyone that, like, whether you're a part-time, full-time activist, like, a lot of people get emotional about this stuff. well, when they see it, because again, it just continues to how many more people are going to be killed and injured by the cops before they actually start holding them accountable, right? Love Kanda, how's it going? Okay, so they're gonna stretcher her out now, and she looks unconscious. I just saw like a little glimpse of her face, and she had like her hair is matted onto her face. I think she's like going into her mouth or something, and she just looks unconscious. I'm not sure if they knocked her out, if it's from, did they tase her again? They tased her 2 or 3 times that I got on film, but I'm not sure if they tased her again after that, but she looks unconscious. And again, I'm not sure if they're gonna take her out this way, or if they're afraid of being, if they're afraid of this being filmed, then they're gonna try and go through one of the other exits. But I'm gonna try and get her condition on film, like if there's any visible injuries and stuff. Hey, thank you so much, man. Wow, who was that? Thank you for the compliment. I didn't see it. I'm having some trouble scrolling on the screen right now because my phone is kind of wet and stuff, so it's not really scrolling. Anyone that follows, thank you so much. I'm going to follow you back. Appreciate it. And again, please, you guys, like anybody watching this, anybody that cares about this kind of stuff, if you... she's probably she might be a mother, right? That woman, she might be a mother, she's somebody's daughter, she might be somebody's sister, like she's a human being and she deserves better treatment. She probably has a mental health illness. She did not deserve to get tased. She did not deserve to get assaulted by the police. She does not deserve what's happening to her right now. Now she's gonna be in the hospital. I don't know what injury she has, but she did not deserve this treatment. This is absolutely disgusting. Do something about this. Call somebody, call the mayor, call your representatives, like file a complaint with the police department, do something, just take some kind of action. This should not be happening. How many times has this happened already? And this should not continue happening. We live in Canada. There's no way this kind of stuff should be going on. The people, vulnerable people, deserve respect. They deserve to be treated like a human being. They do not deserve to be treated like a criminal. They do not deserve to be assaulted like this. Oh. I'm going to follow. Of course, I'm going to follow. Like I'm going to try and get the badge. They're probably going to run away, right? Like a lot of these dirty cops do. They're going to try and run away without giving their badge numbers, right? I'm not sure. I'll put the video up later, but I'm not sure if their video. I don't think their badge numbers showed up on the video that I took because they were already on top of the woman, right? So their badge numbers were concealed. But I'm definitely gonna file a complaint against this, and of course, I'm gonna file a complaint for the woman that tasered her, for the woman that need her. I mean, not the woman, for the guy that need her. And here come some of the cops. How's it going? And again, this is going like an hour now from start. It's still not concluded, but this has been going on for like an hour. She was on the ground for like 30-40 minutes before paramedics even arrived. It doesn't seem like the cops even cared. It wasn't a priority to get her medical attention like right away. They had her on the ground. They were on top of her for probably 30-40 minutes. They're still tending, and again, like, they've been tending to her. The paramedics arrived here probably like half an hour ago, right? Probably like 4 or 5 paramedics with a lot of supplies. So, like, they've been attending to her for 30-40 minutes now, I think, right? So it seems like she's got some serious injuries, possibly. Again, all of this was unnecessary. All of this could have been avoided if those cops had actually treated her like a human being instead of a criminal and just talked to her. There's no need for escalation. Like, this is what's wrong with this is one of the huge issues with policing. They always almost escalate, even when there's no need to escalate. Oh, there she comes. She's actually got like a breathing app. Holy, she looks like she's in bad condition. Okay, they're stretching her out. I'm gonna follow. Okay, so the cops are probably gonna try to threaten me with false arrest or something like that. They're probably gonna try and obstruct my view and tell me, hey, we don't want you filming this. They're probably gonna try and get in my way.
Give the lady some privacy.
They're gonna try and get in my way, like I said.
Give the lady some privacy.
Okay. Of course, they don't want this being caught on camera. Look at that.
It's a medical
She's in bad condition. She looks like she might have a neck injury or something. They're holding her neck straight. Okay, they're gonna take her through the elevator or something. Okay, look at that. Okay, they're gonna take her through that way. Okay, and they're closing this up. Okay, I'm gonna go this other way. Oh, look at that. I think she's got a neck injury or something. They're holding her neck totally straight. She wasn't moving. I'm not sure if she... I I'm not sure if she's conscious or not, but they took her out through a different way. Yo, is the SkyTrain gonna be running now? Is it gonna be running now? Okay, the SkyTrain's gonna be running now. Okay, so I'm gonna head to the oh shit. I'm actually gonna head this way first. I wanna see how many cops or whatever are outside. I wanna see like what the scene is outside of Granville Station. Like holy shit. I think she's actually got a neck injury. Like it seemed like she's seriously injured. Like she might have internal injuries or something like that. Holy shit. Alright, so this is the scene. Oh, they've actually got this cordoned off. Oh, they had it cordoned off.
I never closed it.
Okay, so this is the scene outside. Okay, so apparently they actually had the station, they had the entrance, they had this entrance like cordoned off. Alright, so this is the scene outside Granville Station. Multiple paramedics. There's fire rescue, there's paramedics. There's a transit supervisor. It's still raining. There's transit police over there. Okay, so I think there's been traffic delays as well. I think there's been bus delays as well because they got all these emergency vehicles parked here. So I think buses haven't been able to go through. So I think buses have been delayed too. There's probably traffic delays as well. Hey, so for anybody just tuning in, okay, so the woman was apparently having like a mental health episode, but nothing dangerous, right? She was just pacing around the Granville streets at Granville Station. She was like pacing around, talking to herself, like, yeah, again, like possibly having some kind of mental health episode, but she wasn't being dangerous. She didn't have any weapon. She wasn't like yelling expletives or threatening anyone or anything like that. I actually kind of talked to her briefly. I thought she wanted to come this way, but she didn't have a ticket. So I actually opened the gates for her and asked if she wanted to like come this way. Yeah, but she didn't. And again, she did nothing wrong. She didn't commit a crime. Cops arrive and they immediately escalate. They take her to the ground. They tase her twice. Cop kneed her multiple times. 2-3 cops are on top of her. So I think she suffered neck injuries. They just stretchered her out through a different exit at the SkyTrain station. She looked to be in pretty bad condition, right? That one of the paramedics was holding her neck straight. So that seems to indicate that there's a neck injury or something. Or they're afraid that there could be a possible neck injury. I'm not sure if she was conscious or not. I think she had her eyes closed. I'll check the video later on. But anyways, I'm gonna put the full video up later on of her getting tased and the whole police brutality thing. Check that out later. Yeah, I saw this whole thing from the beginning. I witnessed it from the beginning. Like I said, I was actually doing a live for something. There was actually a different incident that took place, like a different SkyTrain incident that was taking place earlier, and I was doing a live on that. Then as soon as when I finished up with that live, I came to this station to see if the SkyTrains were running again, and that's when I saw that woman pacing around. And again, she did not commit a crime. Having a mental health illness is not a crime, but a lot of cops, it seems like they're trying to criminalize that. The cops, they could have just talked to her. Like this whole situation could have been avoided if only those cops had actually like treated her like a human being and just tried talking to her, tried to calm down the situation like verbally instead of getting physical. But they immediately got physical. They obviously injured her. And again, when the official report on this comes out, they're not going to mention any of the police misconduct. They're probably not even going to mention the tasing, the police brutality. They're probably going to portray her as the aggressor and say like she was a dangerous woman. But again, I kind of spoke to her. I saw her. Like she was not dangerous. She wasn't doing anything criminal. She was just, she seems like she might be homeless, right? She wasn't wearing a shirt. She was just wearing like a sports bra. And she didn't even have like her shoes on, I think. And she was just pacing around talking to herself. And again, it doesn't seem like anyone like tried talking to her. Like there was a whole mob of people crowded around the SkyTrain station waiting for an update on whether the SkyTrain was running or not and stuff. And it like nobody pretty much approached her or like just even from afar asked her like what was going on. Like, can we help you with something? Are you okay? And just like, so, like my advice is just if you see something like that happening, if you're uncomfortable approaching that person, at least like from afar, just ask them if they're okay, right? If they want medical attention, if they want any help, like it could totally, you could save that person, right? It's a small gesture, but it could mean a lot to someone, right? All of us, pretty much all of us struggle sometimes, right? All of us go through mental health issues sometimes. Like it's life's beautiful, but it's hard too, right? And a lot of people, especially someone that's vulnerable, the things they go through on a daily basis, it just try to show compassion for someone like that, right? Anyways, I'm talking way too loud because I'm outside and there's traffic, so I apologize if I'm talking way too loudly, but there's a whole lot of noise and traffic here, so I'm trying to be overheard. And that's why I'm talking so loud. But anyways, I'm gonna end the live pretty soon. I gotta go shopping. But thanks to anyone that tuned in. You guys are awesome, except for any trolls. This is probably gonna be I'm not sure if this is gonna be on the news or not, but it's possible this might be on the news. And again, emergency vehicles are starting to clear out now. There's still a police car standing over there. There's still paramedics here. Thank you for following. Anybody that followed, I'll follow you back. Appreciate it. Thanks for any likes. You guys are awesome. I'm not sure if Keisha's still in here, but if you're still in here, and Canadian Gypsy, if you're still in here, thank you for joining. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being a mod. And it's still pouring rain. It's actually raining harder than it was earlier. Alright, so anyway, SkyTrains are up and running now. I think SkyTrains, unless there's like another incident, SkyTrains are up and running. And oh, thank you, Amy. Thank you for your thanks for taking care of the trolls. How's your day been? Yeah, I'm gonna post a video soon. I'm not sure. You guys can check it out. Like, I don't want to cut the live right now, but I'm gonna check later. Somebody has probably already posted videos of what happened, right? Like, I got a close-up of the action, but there are other people filming. So there's probably, like, if you go on Twitter, I'm not sure what you would look up. Like, look up Vancouver or something, or SkyTrain station, like keywords. Look up SkyTrain station, Granville station. There's probably already videos on that. Yeah, I'm gonna post it as soon as I get home. I might actually do it from the SkyTrain. I'm gonna head to Walmart pretty soon. Got some shopping to do, so I'm not sure how much data I have left, but if I've got enough data left, then I'll just post a video from the SkyTrain. But it's disgusting. It's just appalling. When y'all see that video, like, she didn't deserve any of that. Like, that beating she took from the cops. And now she's got an apparent neck injury. And of course, none of the cops are probably going to be held accountable for this. They couldn't care less probably about if they did it. Like, whatever injury she sustained, they probably couldn't care less. They're going to go home. They're going to put their feet up. This doesn't even affect them, right? They couldn't care less about it. And this is why this stuff continues happening. There's probably going to be no accountability for those cops. And again, that woman, I'm not totally sure, but she seems like she might be homeless. So it's not like she's gonna hire some like high-powered lawyer to file a lawsuit against these guys, right? I mean, but I'm gonna put the video up, and if it does get a lot of attention, maybe some legal, like Pivot Legal Society or maybe somebody takes a case on her behalf and does like a pro bono and files a lawsuit against those cops, because they shouldn't get away with what they did to her. That's just disgusting. I don't know, but it actually took them like 30 minutes to call medical. Like, they probably should have called medical sooner, but I think they were just like conspiring with each other. Like, how can we absolve ourselves of blame? They were probably like trying to fabricate some kind of story of how to make themselves look good, how to make it seem like, you know, she was the aggressor. They should have called paramedics right away, but paramedics didn't show up until like 40 minutes later, and they didn't even let her up, right? She was on the ground the entire time. They didn't even like put her in a sitting position or whatever. She seemed like they just 2-3 cops are on top of her for like 40 minutes. Yeah. Okay, anyways, I think I'm gonna end the live now. I don't know, it's amazing like how much corruption there is. Like, it's mind-boggling pretty much, like the amount of corruption that goes on not just Canada, right? This is all over the world. Like if you actually start looking into this stuff a little bit, the amount of corruption, whether it's in policing or like most institutions, the government, it's pretty insane. This is Granville. I'm like outside the Granville SkyTrain station right now. Oh, there's still like 445 people in here. Okay, anyways, this is pretty much over now. But I'm not sure if they've like if she's been transported to the hospital. I'm not sure where the ambulance is parked or whatever. I'm gonna go over there, check it out. Hey Stormy, anyone just tuning in? Yeah, anyone just tuning in? There was an incident here. There's a woman, possibly a homeless woman. It seemed like she was having like a mental health episode or something. Not dangerous at all. She didn't have any weapons or anything like that. And she was like pacing around Granville SkyTrain station, like where the turnstiles are, the fare gates are. But she didn't threaten anyone. She did not commit a crime. I saw this happening from the beginning. I pretty much recorded from the beginning, which I'll put up later. So I saw like whatever the cops try to claim, whatever they try to fabricate in their official statements, like that video is gonna contradict probably what they say, right? So she didn't commit a crime. Cops come and instead of talking to her, they immediately escalate. They pretty much tackle her as soon as she's on the ground. Like she didn't commit a crime, right? So she didn't want to be arrested, right? She was asking for help. She was screaming for help, and the cops taser. The female cop tasers her twice. Another cop starts kneeing her in the ribs multiple times. They're on top of like 3 cops on top of her. Seems like they stretchered her out, and I got a pretty good look at her, and she seems like she was unconscious, and one of the paramedics was holding her neck. So it seemed like she might have sustained a neck injury. I don't know what other injuries there are, but this whole thing could have been avoided. It wasn't necessary for the police to get involved, and even if they did get involved, they should have talked to her. They should have de-escalated the situation. The woman, I'm like pretty certain that she just wanted help, right? She wasn't trying to be violent. She wasn't being aggressive or anything. She just wanted help. But the cops chose not to talk to her. They chose to escalate immediately. This is Vancouver. And they cleared the whole thing out. They're so afraid of witnesses. They're so afraid of accountability that they pretty much cleared the whole thing out. I was like the only one still filming there. And if I wasn't doing a live, they probably would have tried kicking me out as well. Multiple cops put their hands on me for no reason. They try to use the whole cops-splaining. They try to bring up privacy in a public setting. They try so many tactics to get you to like stop filming, because again, they don't want the stuff being broadcast. And they cleared everybody out. They don't care about that person's privacy, right? They want to be able to, they just want to protect themselves. They don't want the stuff getting out. Alright, thank you for following. Anyone that followed, I'm going to follow you back. Thank you so much. And again, it's like 6:30. So this whole thing lasted like an hour. I arrived at the Sky Station at like 5:30. I was going to go to Walmart, take the train and go to Walmart. But then that whole thing started unfolding. I started filming that. I'm gonna head to Walmart now. Thank you. I'll follow you guys back. You're awesome. And again, there's somebody here. This guy, I think he's a transit supervisor. He's like directing the buses. So while that whole thing was going on, they cleared out pretty much all the witnesses, right? I was the only one like still filming down there. Apparently while that whole thing was going on, they actually cordoned off this entrance exit of the SkyTrain station, so no one was allowed to enter or exit as that whole thing was going on. Like, I'm surprised they didn't actually try to kick me out. Like, again, like, they're afraid of live, right? Because live, there's kind of like a witness aspect to it. Yeah, and I think there were traffic delays and all that. Bus delays, traffic delays. They might have rerouted some buses or something, because this is a pretty narrow street, and it was packed with like emergency vehicles, I think. Yeah, this is Vancouver. Yeah, I heard Portland and Vancouver are pretty similar. Same with Vancouver and Seattle. I think the three of those 3 places, Vancouver, Portland, Seattle, I think there's a lot of similarities between those. We've only been to Portland like once. We haven't been to Seattle yet, but totally want to go there. Same thing, we want to Want to visit Portland again too. Seems like a sweet place. Yeah, the train delays lasted for probably 2. That was crazy. Like as soon as like one train incident ended, like this one began. Oh, you're from Portland? Nice. Yo, how's the cost in Portland? Is it as bad as it is in Vancouver? I actually heard, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I heard like Portland's actually it's still one of the few places that's affordable. Like Vancouver, it's pretty unaffordable here, like the housing and all that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get going now. I've been doing this live for like 1 hour. I'm not sure how much data I have left. I might have like used up pretty much all of my data. I'm gonna head to the SkyTrain now, go to Metrotown, do some shopping, then head home. And Amy, how's it going? How's your day been? Sorry, I haven't been for anyone like asking questions or anything like that, I haven't been paying that much attention to the screen, so I apologize if I missed any like questions or anything. Like any real, not troll questions, but if anyone had an actual question or whatever, I apologize if I missed that because I haven't been paying too much attention to the screen. Hey, hola, fucks together. How's it going? Nah, I'm not gonna go to Hastings today. Like when I head back home, we're not too far from Hastings, so when I head back home, I'm gonna go that way, but not going there right now. Hastings actually looks kind of different right now. The whole tent. There's not as many tents right now because there's not a lot of like awnings and stuff in that area, so a lot of people have moved to a different spot to kind of shelter from the rain, so there aren't that many tents and stuff on East Hastings right now as there usually is. And have a good one. Joseph, how's it going? Hey, thank you, appreciate it. Yo, has anybody checked like the Twitter feed or whatever for the Vancouver Police or Transit Police? Like what are they actually saying about this incident? Have they released a statement or anything? Like I'm on live right now, so I'm not gonna check Twitter right now, but if anybody's on Twitter or whatever, like if you could check if they put out a statement about this, that'd be awesome. Thank you, Amy, appreciate it. Thank you, Tiffany, for following. I'll follow you back. I got like 14.6k likes. That's probably the most likes I've ever gotten on a live. So thank you so much for that. Whoever was responsible for that, all the people responsible for that, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Press conference? Are you being sarcastic? They're not gonna hold a press conference about this. Thank you for following. Appreciate it. Is it really? I don't think this, the SkyTrain delays are probably on the news, but I don't think they've gotten wind of like the incident with the woman. I don't think mainstream media has got a hold of that right now. I didn't see any like mainstream media or anything over here, so I'm not sure if they have that story yet. They probably got the story on the SkyTrain delays and stuff. And again, this is where the whole thing happened. This is where they pretty much held the woman hostage. This is where the whole police brutality happened. Look at this. Okay, so this blanket, this apparently belongs to the woman. Again, she was a homeless woman, I think, right? I think she was trying to get out of the rain, right? That's why she was here in the first place. I think there's a blanket right here, right? I'm pretty sure this belongs to her. Look at all this stuff. So this is where they injured that woman for absolutely no reason. And again, they didn't even take this with her. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is her blanket. They couldn't even take this. What if she wants this back? I don't really want to touch that. I'm not sure what's in that bag. There's a bag here too. She's got some food or something in that bag, I think. I don't really want to touch that right now. I'm not sure totally what's in there. but apparently she had some food in a bag too. She didn't get around to eating that because the police decided to assault her, make a criminal out of her for having an apparent mental health illness. Yeah, no. I mean, the least they could do is take her blanket. I mean, if she's homeless, I mean, that might be like a treasured possession, you know? She might not have a lot of blankets lying around. That might be her like only blanket, and they don't even bother taking that. This is Granville Station. That person seems like a troll. Somebody get rid of that troll. I'll get rid of that troll. What? Shit. I apologize, Lady Lisa. Somebody's trying to go live with me. I'm gonna end the live pretty soon, so I'm not really looking to do a like split screen live right now, but thank you for the invitation. Appreciate it. Next time I do a live, if you're in there, we'll definitely do a live together or something.